very first campaign shoot for Briar Road. So I thought I'd just give you a little update on things that are happening. We just got our samples in for the shoot and are just organizing like all of our styling pieces and getting all that together. We are actually shooting in LA, which we're really excited about. LA was our home for 10 years, so we sort of weighed the difference between staying in Massachusetts, because obviously there's a ton of perfect locations in Massachusetts and the East Coast that we could shoot at. But LA, we have all of our connections. I know so many photographers, so many models, all of our friends are there. So ultimately we decided to shoot in LA because we can pull on those resources that we already have there rather than having to find all new ones on the East Coast. We're really excited because for the first time we're working with our friend Christina, who is gonna be our photographer for this shoot. I've known her for a few years. I boxed with her, so excited to be shooting with her. She has grown just so much in the last couple of years as a photographer. So this is gonna be really fun. I love working with people we're friends with because there's just like a fun camaraderie and makes set more fun. We also have Sarah, who is our lead model. I also know her from boxing, and she's flying in from New York for the shoot. She's from LA, but she's coming in from New York for the shoot. And then we have Josh and Nicole, who I've also known for over a decade, also from boxing. Josh was my coach for a decade. And Nicole also coaches, and they own a gym in LA. They own multiple gyms in LA. So they are gonna be joining us on the shoot. And then we also have Chris, who is a maybe. He might be joining. Chris is a longtime friend also. Him and I had a podcast. I'm gonna link it below because it's really funny to look back on. Chris and I and Evan had a podcast for a little bit, and it was a really fun time in life. And then we also have Sam, who is gonna be our lead male model. We found this really awesome library in LA, Hoos Library at USC, and that was like the plan to shoot there. We've been planning since July with Christina and had that location locked in. We had the permits, everything was good to go, and then today we found out there's an issue with insurance and we are only a few days out, so we're working on backup locations now. Luckily we have a couple independent bookstores who are down to let us shoot at their stores. It's a little bit of a different vibe. We were going for a really dark academic aesthetic. The bookstores are a little more modern, but I think the key thing for this kind of business, and when you're doing these kinds of projects and events and things like that, you have to just roll with the punches because things are gonna go wrong. So ultimately we came up with backup plans for pretty much everything. So we're gonna be shooting at one of the bookstores instead, and then a couple other places around LA. We also came up with sort of like contingency backup plans for all of the cast. Even though we planned it in LA, literally everyone almost is flying in now. Sarah's coming from New York, so if she's not able to make it for some reason, we had to just come up with a backup plan if she can't make it, or if for some reason Sam can't come, or Nicole and Josh are flying in from France the day before. So we really just wanted to make sure we're prepared on all fronts so that if anything happens, we have backup ideas and backup plans. Because there's a lot of work going into this. We've been planning this for a really long time. So yeah, we were just getting ready, getting organized, everything. I'm working on our storyboards and shot list and all those things, and see you in LA. Good morning vlog. We are here in LA because we are shooting our very first Briar Road campaign this weekend. Woo! We got in yesterday and had kind of a hectic day, so there's not a lot of filming from yesterday, but we have a busy couple of next days. Today we are going to be doing our fitting with Sarah shortly. She is our lead model for the campaign, and then we have to go do a couple walkthroughs of both of our locations, and then tomorrow we start shooting bright and early first thing in the morning and go through the day. So it's gonna be a very fun, exciting day. We're really excited about the shoot because this is kind of the first time you'll see Briar Road as a fashion brand. Like, we've been on social media, but that's just like Jill and I content, so this is the first time you'll see like the professional Briar Road. And we have like technically been planning this shoot in our minds for the past 2 years since we conceptualized the brand. So this is exciting because we're gonna finally be able to bring it to life. And we've been working really hard on planning the shoot. I don't know if we've discussed this on the vlog yet, but I used to plan and produce photo shoots earlier in my career for fashion agencies. So like, we're gonna get to see some of those skills come out. I used to work in styling, so we're gonna see some more of those skills come out. Jill is hard at work right now, steaming some clothes. We're putting her to work. Jill, there she is. Nike made the trip as well. Hi, baby. Yeah, you.
You wanna come in?
Say hi, vlog. Oh, no, she's not liking this. Oh, and this shoot is really important because we are not only just shooting like all of our lifestyle content, but we need all original content for the website, for the campaign, the lookbooks, for e-com. So that is all happening tomorrow. We're gonna have a fun day. Because most importantly, we're about the vibes. You gotta have fun while you work, you know? So Sarah will be here shortly and we're gonna jump into our fitting, but then we will be prepping for the shoot all day, so you will come along for that. Okay, we are. Hi! We are in Pasadena just doing some location scouting, some walkthroughs right now. It is hot out. So we're gonna shoot over there tomorrow. Okay, we just got back from doing our walkthroughs of both locations. Freaking gorgeous. We're excited. It's time. It's time. We still got a lot of work to do tonight, and we're on day 2, no sleep. So we're probably
Day 5 for me.
okay. Well, day 2 for me. We gotta pop some Red Bulls, and we're just like finishing prepping, getting everything ready, doing some steaming, building our wall, just getting ready for tomorrow. God, we're attractive. Shoot day! We're at location 2. We just wrapped at the first location at Village Well Bookstore. And now we are moving on to the next. It's been a hectic morning. Been up since 3. Sweet.
And we look down.
Yeah, look down.
You're right. Cheers, guys. Yeah.
I don't know.
She's like, no.
Okay.
I don't like. I just
Actually, just stay.
What are you saying? The commentary. That's perfect, yeah. Do we want to do a video of anything?
Yeah, let's do it from me over there and away. Just two of you.
Everyone.
Just
Oh.
two of you. Because the other person like crap.
Maybe that again.
Can't stand. And now let's do like instead. Actually, maybe like you walk over. Professional, Sarah. Professional. Call Jill and Janie.
gotta get the chorus.
We did it! Woo! Let's get the back, and that's not. Oh, there you go. Also, by the way, we wrapped the longest day ever. I'm not going to do the recap right now, but we are celebrating crazy and fabulous and hectic day.
I lost all my nails.
Oh my god! And
We have no nails left.
We had nails and we lost them all. Okay, post shoot day. Got the vibes. You got the vibes. Here's some looks. Some looks. It is so hot in here, you guys. We are sweating our faces off. Like, this is not okay. Yesterday was our shoot, so we are just putting a bunch of stuff back in storage, and we are packed up and gonna head back to Massachusetts in a couple of hours. But like, this is what behind the scenes really looks like, and it is attractive.
Stunning.
Okay, we're back from LA and we just got the raw images from our photographer Christina. So we're just like making selects because we need images for e-com, for our like overall website, for marketing assets, for lookbooks, line sheets, all that stuff. So we have a lot of content to go through, and We had a lot of goals for the shoot, so there's like a lot that we need. We just got our first looks and it now looks really good. So that's good. We got our first boxes of product. So we're just gonna open them and just check everything out, do some quality checks. Very exciting. Obviously we've seen everything because we've gotten samples for our shoot and for us to do content with and stuff, but this is the first big chunk that we've gotten, so that's some progress, people. Also, Martha's Vineyard wins right here. Next up, more tees, more sweatshirts. Good morning. We are just under 2 weeks out from launch, which is really exciting. For the most part, I feel really ready. Our email marketing is on point. Our blog posts are all teed up. Social media is flowing. Our website is in its final stages. We're just kind of finishing those like final touches, getting everything ready for launch. And what I am doing right now is hand sewing all of our labels onto each of the pieces. We could have absolutely had this sent somewhere for someone to do professionally, but I was like, I could do that, right? Like, how hard could it be? So for the past couple of days, I've been just sewing on each of these labels. You're like, how cute are these? So just know, each of these labels are sewn on with all the love I have in my entire body. Once I'm done with these labels, I have to pack everything up and we have to ship to North Dakota because our parents have so graciously offered to be our warehouse and shipping. God bless them. One of the things we were stressed about when starting this, well, not stressed, but like had to figure out was logistically how are we going to ship everything while we're traveling. So that really takes a load off. At some point we will settle down and we will take over that ourselves, but this really helps us out while we're still in our like travel mode. Truly so blessed to have parents who are willing to help with this. So your packages will be packed with love from my parents, Paula and Larry. My mom said that my dad's already not sleeping because he's stressed. He's one of those people who meticulously wraps his Christmas gifts with newspaper. So just know the folding on your package is gonna be top tier. So back to launch. We are launching on Thursday the 13th. That's coming up. The collection is called the Archetype Collection. We are launching with 3 pieces, 2 tees and a crew neck. The crew neck is in our varsity blue with our stag logo. The stag has a lot of meaning for us. Across cultures, it has a lot of meaning, like strength and virility. But for us, it was really tied to storytelling. There is a book, The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and it has a passage about a stag, and it's my favorite passage, I think, from any book of all time. And so we were just really influenced by that and wanted to include it in our branding. So the stag is kind of like our icon. And you're gonna see that carried over through collections and our branding and all kinds of things. Here is another, this is our vintage stag oversized tee in Dune. All of the pieces are 100% cotton. This one I think is a 275 GSM. Finally, we have our tri-logo varsity tee in vintage white. Also 100% cotton, and I think that one is a 300 GSM. So these are like gonna be a little heavier weight. And then this is a 400 GSM, also 100% cotton. So those are the pieces we're launching with, and the name of the collection, the archetype. In literature and in philosophy, it kind of means the origin, the original, the first form. So for us, these are the first, but they're going to be ever evolving in an ever expanding collection. So over time, you're going to see different colorways with different styles and things like that, but it will always draw back to these like recurring themes of the stag and our logos and things that are encompassing of the archetype collection. Really just excited to get this first one out into the world, and then we are already starting to work on new colorways and restocks, and then really exciting news, we brought in our first designer. I'm like a huge proponent of wanting to be able to do everything myself. I think every business owner should know how to do everything themselves, but there is just a certain point with the design aspect that we knew we needed help if we were going to take this brand to the next level. So she's helping us start with our next collection that will probably drop February. TBD on dates, but that's kind of the timeline we're on right now. So stay tuned for that. It's really exciting stuff. In other news, the band literary department, you know, as our book club, but we actually have lots of plans for that. It will not just be a book club. It will have its own collections as sort of a sister brand to Briar Road. We are also developing it as our philanthropic arm of the brand. So we'll be doing lots of charity work and activations through the BLD, and our aunt is graciously helping us get all of that together as well. Thank God for family, right? She's just helping to guide us on next steps and best processes and giving us advice on how to get these things going. So there is a lot going on behind the scenes. What's really crazy is that this time a year ago, I think we had just figured out what the name was gonna be. And I remember at that time just feeling so lonely and like lost, just not sure of like life in general. And through Briar Road, I feel like I really found my purpose. And I know that not everyone's going to resonate with the brand. It's pretty niche in terms of styling and our messaging and all that stuff. But that's okay. It's not for everyone. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But if you do, and you're one of our people, welcome to our community. Jill and I often talk about how much easier it would be if we were just doing the travel thing or if we were just doing the brand, instead of trying to do both. But we just kind of felt like both needed to happen while we were capable of doing both, I guess. Nothing worth doing was ever easy, right? Special thanks to Tuesday, who developed all of our branding and is currently building our website. Also, thank you to Christina, our photographer, for our amazing campaign. She killed that. I'm gonna leave both their socials below. Also, thank you to Sarah, Sam, and Nicole, our models for our campaign. They killed it as well. And obviously, thanks to our parents and our family for their help with building out this brand and taking this journey with us. We love you all. Remember, the Archetype collection drops on Thursday, November 13th. Make sure you check it out. And thank you to everyone who has been on this journey with us so far. So much more to come, so stay tuned.